Ladies, gentlemen, and all in between, good morning. Today we have with us the team Circle Relations. Sophia, this play is not a linear narration. Yeah, it's not a linear narration. Linear narrative. It's not a linear narrative, your play.
Not an Indian narrative.
Yeah. So there is no a story. There is a beginning, development, end, nothing like that. But it is trying to explore some philosophical or spiritual aspects in a different way, which is what is the real motivation or the real reason behind this to explore in this manner?
So, okay.
You can introduce your team members also in between. Okay.
Yes, okay. So, first of all, I come from the direction of visual design, and my idea was to put on the stage the horoscope, like an enlarged horoscope, and to make the planets alive, the planets who are our inner self part, our personality part. And then I came through this method, this planetary constellation, which is a self-awareness method. And I have tried it also as also family constellations, but this is, I think, much better and much more interesting, the planetary constellation. And so everything that you have seen on the stage, this is a kind of improvisation. This is just, we put on stage a planetary constellation that came through us. You understand this? So the writer of this performance is the invisible world. Actually, I would say also that if someone writes a drama, everything that is coming through us, maybe this is not us, or it's a philosophical question. But here in India, you know, it's much better than we in Europe. So actually, we were just there. We were there absolutely open and tried to be very honest that time when we made the constellation. But we made the constellation like without, of course, head symbols and normal clothes. But these circles were put on the floor, so that was there. And nobody knew who we are, of course. I'm the only one from the group who knows astrology so well that I knew which planet the planet's behavior should be. But when I was standing there, I really was focused on what would like to come through me, not thinking about what it should be like. But my partners, they were really like just there. And it's also very interesting that later you find that the planets really behave like they should behave according to astrology, and they also relate to the question. So not only the nature, but they relate to the question. So actually what we show in Circle Relation as a kind of story, it's not a story, but it's a philosophical, always relations of the personality part. This is how the invisible world can talk, this kind of. And I would say that living picture theater is a visual theater, and in my opinion, this is also a kind of visual language. We are speaking, but this philosophical images, they are more like concepts, images, and not like stories, and most of the time not like when normal human beings are talking. Sometimes yes, but sometimes they are really expressing themselves like in an abstract way, an archetypal way. So can I pass it? How was it for you being part of this constellation at the beginning, and how do you feel that it transformed through the theatrical plays? Hogy milyen, értetted, hogy milyen volt megélni magát a állítást, és hogy hogyan változik ez rajtad keresztül? Szeretnél róla beszélni, vagy fordítsam le neked? Ez is lehet, hogy a magyarul mondod, és lefordítom.
I'm basically a moving actress, and this piece was a very special piece in my life because we speak a lot of on the stage. I'm not a verbal actress. Basically, I work always with my body. My inspirations come from my body, and I love improvisation, making improvisations. And when I began work with Sofia in this piece, then the order was a special improvisation because we was standing in a space, and I know nothing. What is my role? Who I am? There was only a question, a very personal question, and because I'm not an astrologist. I'm not good in it. I know almost nothing about astrology. I'm an actress and a human who was standing on the space, and I could hear only my inner inspirations in the present, always in the present, and because we made a video recording about my improvisation, the original improvisation, we could later see it, what happened, because in the action very rarely, I remembered very rarely what happened, because this is a special situation when somebody is very open and do exactly what I would like do. And I have nothing, hogy hívják ezt? Nincs koncepció. Conception. Without conception, only the present. And when we made this recording, after it, we wrote what we said, because we talked constantly. We talked constantly what I feel, what I see, what is the contact with you, where I am, what is happened in the present. And on the recording, we saw everything, and we saw what happened, and in basic of it, we made script. The script is very short, and it constants only the lényeg, essence, and you saw on the stage this essence.
No, just okay. Thank you very much. So almost, I think we made what we made on the improvisation. So I think we have cut some sentences which were too much, but actually we never write anything into the sentence. So we not change anything. We just sometimes cut some sentences because when in the constellation it goes further and further, and sometimes we have the feeling that it is too much. Then we cancel it, but we don't change anything from the and it's, I think it's like the 2/3 of the whole, I think.
Hello, my name is Julia. I'm an actress in different genre and style, and this work is something more than theater, because I just want to share with you something really, really close to me. So when we do this constellation, I want to move in another country. I didn't know what country is. But when we did this constellation, it showed me some sea and seagulls and other things about it. And after we made this, we played it in our country, in Hungary, and when I was from, and after I moved to Spain. Yes, you know, Spain with sea and seagulls and sunshine. Yes, and after, so this piece was realized in my life, and after so many sentences in this piece, I can meet in my life. In so different aspects, and this is so special thing, because you know, when you play something in theater, any piece, you have something with it, yes, in your soul. But in this character, what you play, it is some. Valami, tehát hogy azt szeretném mondani, hogy van közöm mindig a szereplőhöz, akit játszom. Hogy mondom ezt? Yes, I can relate to the role in every piece, yes? But in this piece, it's something more than just one role or just thoughts or something like this. So it's so interesting. This piece was realized in my life, and what happened in my life a little bit come back to this piece and through this piece. So that's a so interesting thing.
I wanted to speak about these roles, because these roles, these characters are not always human characters. I felt sometimes I'm an energy, only an energy, a very simple energy, without thinking. I'm not a human. I'm something other.
Hello. Now I can relate why you have put the other invisible world. Because during improvisation, the improvisations are recorded, right? And the scripts formed based on that improvisation. Am I correct?
Absolutely. So it's actually almost the improvised shorter, and also I was thinking, and we were thinking about to make a real improvisation on stage, because actually I designed the set and the head symbols, so the visuals. I found out, but with this you can make an improvisation with the same way. So it could happen that there is a person from the audience. Of course, we should know his or her horoscope very well. And then we have to put down the planetary elements where the planets stay. In Western astrology, we draw a circle, and along the circle we put the planets. And then we could just stand on it and could play the same thing. Only thing is what we don't know, would not know before, because we change our clothes in between. First, I wanted to design costumes with 12 different aspects, like one costume for, let's say there is a costume for the sun, and it could have 12 different ways of wearing, but I didn't manage it, so I just managed to find out a costume with 3 aspects. So we decided to make like a man, a woman, and a child. Later, we just tried to find out that this character is more like a woman, this is more like a man, and the other like a child. So we could make an improvisation right on the stage. But it's a bit, not a bit risky, because on one hand you don't know what it will come. So maybe the person who gives his or her horoscope for it would be the most surprised, and maybe it would be not easy for him or her to bear this. And on the other hand, in one such an improvisation, there's a long time waiting, because I have to perceive what I feel. Then I'm just there, and I'm speaking slowly. So, like for example, my constellation at the beginning, it's a little bit more than half an hour, I think, or 40 minutes, and it was 2 hours in the real.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering during the play watching that if at times some of the actor is called him or male character.
Yes.
But at times it's a female character.
Yes.
Now you explained the costume also working in that way. Okay, now what I understood is more improvisation happens. You are not sure what happens next, but there is a plan or like that. What did you feel while on the stage, while performing? What feelings were undergoing through you?
Actually, when we perform this piece, it's more like we try to give a rebirth of the improvisation. Hogy mondják, hogy ez amit mindig szoktam írni, hogy mit csinálunk vele? It's an adaptation. So actually, we handle the material as a drama.
Okay.
So we work with it. But actually, mostly, she likes very much to give a rebirth to the character. So she's, but all of us, we are there, and we also feel the presence. But we try to go back to the feeling what we felt during the constellation mostly.
Okay, before moving to the audience interaction,
Yes.
I have a question. That is, how will you compare this kind of feeling or knowledge with the scientific knowledge prevailing in the front? Because according
Sorry,
to the
scientific knowledge
science,
of what?
according to science or
Yes.
scientific world,
Yes.
scientific world are not agreeing with the astrological concept. Science is against that.
They are against
Yeah.
it, yes.
And the modern world, we do everything based on science. So, tell me something about this contradiction.
Yeah. So I would say a very simple thing that science is going always to a direction which you can, if you know the history of science, you know that there was time in the Middle Age. I can talk better about Europe because I really feel a very big respect for the Indian culture, and I think that your culture is much more wise than European culture. But so in our Middle Ages, for example, if you said that not the Earth is in the middle of the whole system, then you would be burned. Later, if you said that not the sun is the middle, you know, like this. So much more earlier, people knew something, then we forgot it. And now, with a different method, people try to measure everything, but there are things they cannot measure with that kind of things. And, for example, in psychology, the family constellation is very much popular in Europe, and I think there are debates about it, but a lot of psychologists use that method, and this is based on that method of the constellation. So there are two things actually. There is this constellation method, which is also very strange because it's not measurable that one person who, for example, let's talk about family constellation. There is somebody who knows nothing about a family member, it stands there and is just being to play the father or I don't know what, he doesn't know what. So it's the same thing happening with the astrology, that there are two methods. One method is the constellation method and added to the astrology method. So that's why it's very interesting.
In Sophia's constellation, we have one question for explosion. You know, so she's STEM. It's so difficult to talk about invisible world. You know, but I think it's like a rain. Yes, we don't know when is rain coming. Yes, but when the rain coming, we must, you know, do something or have an umbrella or something like this. We can believe in rain, or we can believe in rain, but rain is coming, and rain have some effect to us. I think, okay, we are human, we are thoughts, and we are logics and symbols and scientific imagination about who we are, why we are live there, what we want to do, and something like this. But I think it's a reality. The Earth is just a little planet in a big world, yes, in a big universe. And why we think about it just like a human, yes? This Earth is running with our sun in this universe, and it's many energy and many hatás megint csak effect to we feel. We just don't have a knowledge about it. Yes. But it's a reality. No, it's not reality. Rain is not reality. Sun is not reality. You know, when women have a menstruation, it's about moon. Yes, it's a moon cycle. 28 days or 30 days. It's about moon. It's my body. It's every woman's body have a contact with the moon. It's a reality or not? What do you think?
So here, okay, as you rightly mentioned, this is a question of debate, right? Whether this is an enough explanations were happened in the world about this one, and I respect your position and the right for you to have that position. I respect that. Okay, shall we go to audience questions?
Yes, yes, we
audience,
can.
please.
Can you give the mic? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Please.
please give mic.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon to
Good morning.
All the panel members and including the moderator, sir. I'm D. Gopal Krishna from Bangalore, Karnataka. I'm a theatre activist in Kannada theatre group called Aneka under Suresh Anagalli, sir. Now, my first and foremost, I must applaud and congratulate and appreciate the teamwork and the energy level, and especially set, and especially all those caps and dress that you made, and it was foldable, it was having lots of knots, and you could put your hands through the shoulder, and a lot of work has gone. I really appreciate that. But of course, your perception is your perception, and audience perception is different. Each audience is different. But in my personal view, I think you'll have to have a clear distinction between astronomy, cosmos, knowledge. Astrology is different. Mythology is still more different and deplorable. But you have your views. But I feel that you should choose your audience. I appreciate your effort. But the target audience, in my opinion, in my personal opinion, people could differ. It is only for maybe 10 years old students in the school, or 11 years at the most. But beyond that, they too would have latest knowledge about, because our solar system is one among billions of other such similar planets. So whatever attributes, whatever characteristics that you are attributing to each planet, they are all in the realm of imagination, or it is a poetic license. You say that this particular planet has these characters and all, is only hearsay. It is not real. So you have your limitations. And my second point to the moderator is, please convey our anguish for people who come here. I have been coming for many years, that there should be separate slot for panel discussion, conversations with the artists, and on certain topics discussions, separate timing so that it does not clash with other regular shows, because I'm affected. Whenever I see plays today, I would like to go home in the night and mull over, make notes, and come back and discuss about all the 3 plays or 4 plays next day, and able to share with the director, with other co-panelists and co-audiences, so that our vision increases, horizon of our knowledge increases. But whereas only this time, this timing slot is clashing, so I'm not able to come here, I have to rush to the other. Please carry this to the curators, sir. This is my humble suggestion. Thank you very much. Sorry I took longer time.
Okay. I will answer the second part. Definitely that will be taken care. I already discussed this one. There should not be clash between this type of program and the shows running, because most of us are coming to watch the show. The priority will go there. Okay. Hope next time this will be solved. Yeah. This will be already conveyed, still it will be conveyed. You want to respond?
What?
You want to respond to that?
Yes, just a few sentences that at the beginning of the performance I said, and I think for a lot of people it's not clear that astrology is not the planets influence our soul, but there is an invisible principle, an invisible rule, energies. These are energies that we don't see, that influence our fate. And the same energy influences the planet's movement. And it's much easier to observe the planet's movements. And ancients, they observed that there is a correlation between the planet's movements and the movements in our soul, not only in our soul, but how we go in the life. So when something happens on you on the street and there's an accident, or there are energies that you are, for example, fighting with your wife, and you feel that things are happening, astrologists can say it because they say that the according planets, they just meet in a very heavy or difficult angle. So an astrologist can see this, but it's not that the universe is so much influencing my soul, but there is another influence that we don't see and we cannot measure, but the astrologists see this. And it's another aspect that some astrologists say consequences that they think. But actually it's not about our peace, because I also would like to say that in my opinion our peace is absolutely working without knowing about astrology and without knowing anything about the constellation. It was our help, and we could say also, I am proud of this concept, but we could put it in the behind, and we could say that I don't tell you what is behind, we just show you something. It is the symbol of our soul. What do you think about it?
Yes, it is always a question of debate, and different perspectives are there, and everyone has the right to have a perspective on that. That debate will continue. Yes, any other questions? Please give the microphone here. You asked microphone, right? Yeah.
Yes. Madam, you talked about the formation of this play, how you scripted it. I mean, there is always a debate about whether the movement of planet or the position of the planet deciding your fate. So that debate is already there, that we discussed. You also said about leaving apart a lot of the script that you had prepared. And for this kind of whatever the three characters say, I mean, what was the method? Like it's also about different planets that you have mentioned, the characters of the planet and the constellations that you said here. So is it like putting a particular character in a particular role for the, I mean, in the position of a particular planet, and thinking whether what's going through through their mind about the concept of horoscope and the constellation. So is it that way it got generated?
If I understand you well, you ask if I asked the actors to play a role during the improvisation? This is what you ask?
Yes, you tell them that you are in this position.
No. No, so actually that's why it doesn't worth to talk too much about the concept, because I think that the wonderful thing is that it's an improvisation. I put, for example, my question that all my life I feel a kind of a feeling of exclusion. And that was my question to my horoscope. And then we just begin the constellation without anything. It's like there is not a ruler from outside, because I was participating also. I believe that we can rule ourselves equally somehow. Of course, I was there always a little bit like, if something happens, if somebody goes too much deep, then I have to help. But it was also very interesting that when I had to help, I was in a position of a planet that should be a very empathic planet, not planet, but personality part. So, but to answer to your question, and also Orshoya said at the beginning that she didn't know anything about her role. Her task was only to be there, very open, and to communicate with her body. She's a movement actress, so it was much easier for her to express herself with her body in a place. So it's only that someone is standing on the place without any logical knowledge, but she began to act something. But it was very interesting that very soon a character arrived. For example, she was an old lady, and I could suddenly connect to this old lady and other person also. And then, so it's a kind of improvisation with the help of the enlarged horoscope, but you can say that it doesn't matter. So you just stand somewhere and something will happen, and then this came out. These very philosophical sentences came out, and somehow I have the feeling that in every scene that we did show, that we experienced, I personally got an answer to my question about the feeling of exclusion. And I got hint of answers and also advices for myself. And you could ask why I put my own horoscope on the stage and why is it interesting for other people. I would say that these problems, like for example the feeling of exclusion or Julia's question could be, I think, interesting for everyone.
Yes, it's so difficult to talk about it because it is about experience. Yes, we always have experience in our life. Yes, and when I have some experience and you don't have this experience, you maybe don't understand really what about I'm talking. Yes, my question is, after my losses, how can I find my aim and my place in the world? I think this question is so popular today, no? Everybody lost something, no? It's experience of everyone. Everyone lost something, yes? Maybe it's small things, or maybe it's a bigger things. Maybe it's about family, or about profession, or about life, or about wife, or about something else. But everybody know that. So, and this is also about experience. So, in this piece, I had some answers, but these answers are really special for me, the answers. But when you lost something, you can contact with some details of it. If you have some thoughts or some feelings when you watch me or this piece or some points. Yes, so she wants to say in every piece, in theater piece, you watch some characters what have the story. Yes, it's this characters is a main character story, but you can contact in this story if you have some experience to relate to this story. Yes. It's the similar thing. It's just different. Different is this story is real, is my real story, real life story. It's like a documentary. It's like a, hogy van, vallomás. Okay, so it's my real life story. It's a real question, and I gave a real, it's about my life, you know. So, if you have some points to contact with it, it's good for you. If you don't have this experience, you maybe don't find this point. But I think in this philosophical sentence, it's like
So I would say that that you have seen two constellations. The first was mine, and the second Julia's constellation, a real constellation, and the constellations of Julia was about her. So she was the main character, actually. That was the whole piece about. So that's why all the mindjárt elmondom azt is. So all the theater performances are about someone, and you can be attached to that or those persons, those characters, those roles on stage somehow. Sometimes not, sometimes yes. And she's saying that those sentences that we got, let's say, from the invisible world, they are very, very effective. So actually, we are going with it in the last 1 year, because we made them back 1 year, and these sentences can hit you in this level, that level, or that level. So it depends on what is important you in your life. But I think it's always the same with the normal dramas, no?
Okay, I think due to paucity of time, we have to conclude. Yes, it is based on experience, what you are trying to say, but experience is subjective also. From person to person, it differs for the perception also.
But with the normal dramas, it's the same, no?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
if I'm in the mood of Hamlet, then I can relate to Hamlet much more than when I'm absolutely not interested in his thoughts.
Anyway, it is a good intellectual discourse in that way.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to attend the Meet the Artist. Thank you for coming and playing your drama in ITFOK.
Thank you very much
you.
for
Wish you all
the
the best.
invitation.
Okay. Next, we will have discussion with Chai Garam team. I invited Director Fahidul Haq and team. Please come to the stage. Welcome to Meet the Artist program.
Very good morning.
Yeah. Your play, for me, it is many times it's a non-verbal play. Even without dialogues, of course, the dialogues were there. The play communicates through a lot of non-verbal action. And the story of 200 years of tea in Assam, I think it is a universal theme also. Why? Because this exploitation is a reality. Whether the government changes, don't know what extent or how far the exploitation changes. And I like the ending of the play also. Yeah. Seems to be an abrupt ending, but definitely it gives a lot of open ending. That is, this is not end. Tell me something about your group. I know you got Best Director Award in Meta, Old Man, if I am not wrong. Yeah. And you have been to theatre for a long time. Tell me briefly about your theatre journey and the play Chai Garam. And the artist can also participate in that. Yeah.
Okay, very good morning. And she's Barnali Medhi. She's actor, director. She's now working in FTI, Arunachal Pradesh, as an acting faculty, acting professor. Right. So my English is not good. Right. I am purely studied in Assamese language. Now then I learn Hindi, English. Right. So I'm going to communicate my thoughts through English, through Hindi, and through gibberish, and through mime, through physical theater, right? Okay, I'm from Assam.
An interruption, your gibberish was very good in the theater.
I love to express through gibberish. So, we focused the content in very contemporary content. My works used to cover that kind of work, right? My 80-90% work is with children. So I work with children in theatre and education concept, and then I produced theatre productions, and I did design and direction, right? So the first question was the journey.
Yeah, the journey and coming to the play, Chai Garam.
Coming to the?
Your play.
Okay.
Chai Garam. How,
okay.
why this play? How did you conceive and how it was developed?
Okay. So if you see in TV or in magazine, if you travel somewhere or in Northeast or anywhere, you can see some ads that showing beautiful tea garden, right? It's a beautiful tea garden with cup of tea and someone's having tea and beautiful wah chai, right? So that's the ad. So we as an artist and as an individual, we are not seeing that kind of image about tea garden. So behind that greenery, behind that disciplinary garden that people are working and that process, there are lots of darkness, lots of gray shades are there, right? And it's always hits us, basically, that gray shades. And as an artist, I think we should talk about that. And see, where I live, my hometown, there's nearby lots of tea garden are there. And Assam is like that kind of state. There are lots of caste, alag different people, societies come together and they read, they study, and they develop, basically. The society developed, right? And she is from Rabha tribe, Barnali, right? And that guy, longer, her husband, he's from Upper Assam. I am from Center Assam, right? And one actor is Ahom. He's very Upper Assam side. So lots of variations are there. But we see very little person, little friends, or little in society from that background, T tribes background, right? From the starting point, the government, I don't want to say government, the organizers, basically, they don't want to send the children to schools. They want they have to work with only tea garden, right? This is your work and you can't go outside. It's forcefully stop them, right? Yeah, basically
kind
they are
of
making
slavery?
workers.
Kind
Yeah.
of slavery?
Slavery. They basically they are making slavery, right? And if you go to the tree tribal, on one more thing, all the tree garden are not same. Assam is big, right? And every 20, 30 kilometers, the language has changed, right? I speak Assamese, and her Assamese more different, right? In my Assamese, I can't speak raw. Just one word, modili. Modili means mar gaya. Modili, I say moili, not ra, right? That kind of difference. And these people from Odisha, Jharkhand, West Bengal, they used to live in Assam and they developed their language with that local people, right? And each tea garden, their language changed, lots of changes. And we also use that thing here. Yeah. There are lots of controversy on that. Someone saying you are not saying typical Bagania language, right? And also the media also showing that kind of language. That is not actually true. That's lots of differences are there, the types. So these things, lots of areas that I personally connect, right? And first, I worked in theater, I work with material. I love to work with material theater and the object basically. Then we think, and if I say labor, the first image into my mind come out, there are people who have very dirty clothes, which love lots of heavy materials, they are lifting and moving, right? So that was my first thought. And then slowly it's developed the material, the bags, the jute bags and that thing, right? And slowly some elements, then the actors came to space, then we started thinking the improvisation area, the designing area. Then also next thought was their lives very, not their, the labors are very, not static, their lives. Very, they are basically what to say, the people who are in power, they're not giving them a static, a permanent life, one secure life. That's something is happening and it's breaked. Something is happening, it's breaked. So let's do thing in our production, right? So if you see our production, there's lots of changes. There's nothing static, permanent image. It's developed and it's break. It's developed, it's break, right? We tried, and lots of people giving feedback that it's not theater. What are you doing? It's like dancing something, right? So our focus was to portray a journey, not that so-called theater. There was a father, mother, and something is climax happening and the end, right? That was our intuition to show that one journey, and after that there was a little one family story, very little stories, and we end it, and we end it with open. That's still going on, still going on. If you Google, there is an incident. It is Beltola incident. Beltola incident. It was 18, 19 years before. It was a horrible incident. There was a lady, people, the tea tribes came to Guwahati for protest. By the way, still the laborers are doing in daily wages 135, 165, and some other tea garden 230, that kind of amount. And they came to Guwahati for protest. Then the local so-called common society started to looking them, start to bullying them, right? And slowly it's developed. People start to throw them, right? And a girl, the local guy, and pull their cloth, and she was completely nude. She was running the and and people are clicking photographs. It's just really horrible incident. So the ending, we thought let's end in this incident, but we didn't focus exactly that Beltola incident, right? That was not our objective, to show that Beltola incident. Right, and the lots of stories they are behind tea tribes, right? So this was the thought behind Chai Garam. Anything you want to add?
Yeah. The picture behind tea garden is not so colorful, right? Or the reality behind, or the life behind the tea gardens are not that much colorful, right?
By the way, sir, I also want to add something. Can I? Okay. First, it was not Chai Garam. It was tea stall. Tea stall. And when I say tea stall, people see me. So you are going to do some comment for a particular politician? Yeah, I'm saying, no, that's not our thoughts. No, you are maybe anti ... I'm no. Then we change it to Chai Garam. Not about worrying that word, because we have to do repeat shows, right? We have to do not in Kerala or West Bengal. We have to do anywhere in India, across India, right? That's why we changed that title. And Chai Garam is given by her, Barnali.
Actually, when we were discussed about this topic, Chai Garam, about that play, Chai Garam name come in my mind because when we wake up in the morning, we need a cup of tea. It's garam, it's a hot cup of tea. And it's begun our day with that tea. And when we feel headache or something else, and we need tea. And it's very important in our life. But we never thought about that laborers who make that tea, tea powder, tea. There's a process of the tea. In my village also there is a tea garden, and we saw that laborers, they never mix up with us because industrialists make them slave, no? So they can't come out from that tea garden. They are their property, not like human. They are gulam, they are slave. So they, from before, post independency till now, they're slave. They're still slave, and nobody thinks about them. Nobody talks about them. So when he said we are going to make a journey of tea garden, so the first thought come, it's not about the greenery. We go and we take photographs in the tea garden. It's very beautiful greenery. It's very systematic, disciplinary, and when we take sip in that tea, it's very tasty and refreshing. But the journey of tea garden, how it built, it's not that refreshing, that, it's colorful. It's not that much green and fresh and energetic. And we want to keep that pain and that untold story in our... It's a 200 years completed in Assam. It's celebrating now. 10,000 Jhumur dancers dances. With the day, I forget. World record. Yeah, world record. The government.
2-3 days before.
Yeah, truth is there before. It's happening. It's very colorful, very beautiful. They are dancing, you know. There's a tea garden, people are coming, and Zubur, there 10,000 people. It's India making world record in the tea garden. It's
But the reality, still slavery is there.
And the Britishers gave us two categories, and they're still going on. That is, one is permitia labor, and other one faltu labor. You know that faltu word that you used? It's faltu. That useless. It's used in Nidhi, it's in Hindi, right? Faltu is faltu thing, that's useless thing. The faltu labor and permitia. Permitia is permanent. So they can't speak English, so it's going to permanent to permitia. Permitia on those who are fit, who are physically fit and young, and the faltu laborers are pregnant females, right? That kind of categories.
Okay, I think now we can open up to the audience.
Hello, I must congratulations to us because because it's a perfect show. It's a perfect show. Thank you. It's a so great piece, so great team, and everything. I want to ask you only one question. Can you planning to play this piece in Europe, maybe in England? You know.
Why not? I want definitely England.
If you are invited.
Can you do this? What do you think?
Why not?
Yes.
Why not?
Somebody should invite
It's a very minimized set, right? We need one ladder, and we'll carry that bags, 20 bags.
Wow, it's good. It's good.
Please carry all the space and lights only.
Oh, I wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I want to see it somewhere in Europe. Thank you so
Definitely,
much.
sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Adding to that, can you give more light to the minimalistic form and design of the play? It's minimalistic, right?
Yeah.
How did you arrive this form? Tell me something about that. Meanwhile, we can answer questions also.
Okay, one of my friends sitting there, she's Nidhi. Yeah. So she always comment to me, how can you do, you can't do theater, he's saying you can't do theater less than 15 actors, 20 actors. We did lots of work there. Now see Nidhi. There are only 6 actors. So, sir, technically is we have to travel, right? And I'm basically I'm a painter. I work design work, paintings, photography, right? So, if you see theater teach us that thing, minimize, right? Everything. If we talk about the old man, right? We same following that kind of thing. But interesting is the artistic thing is how you are portraying that material in different way, in different scenes or different. Basically, we are doing a narrative. The first thought was we have to narrate that story. Now these are the material. Now do it. Right, that's our thought, and we follow that. And I love to work in minimize things.
Good.
And the T levels also are like that. Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, always the content defines the form in which it can be done. Any questions? I think there is a hand.
So I would like to ask one question, what are the other member actors? And I would like to know about is there anyone from the community, like, the tribal community actors, the T tribes?
No, sir.
No one?
We
Where-
can't, even we can't speak that language. We learn that language and, yeah.
So where are the other member actors, like, they are here or not?
They are here, not in area. The light didn't leave early today. That's some emergency, and the Bharat is behind, sitting behind there. He's not well actually. That is why he's sitting there.
Oh, fine. So there is no one from the community, tribal community?
No, that community. I think if you see, there is no one working in media also from the T tribe, right? No one. They also doing only Jhumur dance. That's the whole model, the Jhumur. No one is from that tribe, right? No one. I'm talking about not our play, across the Assam. Yeah, no one.
Yeah, hi. Similar question actually, but I feel like you've already answered it. I was wondering that, see, the language and the costume changes as the history moves. Like you've shown us the 200-year-old history of the tribe, and via coercion, of course, like clothing and language is changing, and then they begin to speak Hindi later on. So I was wondering, why did you start with gibberish? And first, I think initially it was non-verbal, absolutely, and then gibberish is introduced as one language. And I was a similar question, like why? I was thinking about their native language and the scope of incorporating it, but then as you said that it's really hard to perhaps learn and acquire it, and so something along those lines. If you'd like to share more about it.
Okay. The laborers are from Odisha, Jharkhand, and West Bengal. They're different. They speak different language, right? And they start. I'm talking not only for one time. I'm talking about the whole time. They start to talk. They start to live, and they start to communicate, right? And there also be local people also, right? So that Bagania language developed through this process, right? And some areas, some tea gardens, the language is more kind of Bengali. Some areas they are more kind of some local tribal language. It's also developing language. So we call that Bagania. Or Bagania is not written language. It's like dialect basically. So, and in theater we can do gibberish. I love gibberish, and I really love gibberish. So we explored that language and trying to create that sound, that Bagania sound, right? There is some kind of, what do you say, tune, right? Like some kind of similar sound we are using through gibberish.
Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Hi, sir.
My name is Ram Raj. I am from Nilagiri.
It is in Kerala?
No, Tamil Nadu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I am very connected with your play because my native town also, there is lot of tea gardens, estates like that. So I like to search my history, how to create that tea gardens too. I am very connected with your play. And then colonization in India starts with not from the Europeans arrived here. It started from the hierarchical society, what our country followed before, by birth, difference by birth like that. And females, there are three types. One has capitalism colonization, and by birth colonization, and the women are affected also the third colonization in our country, right? I want a question. The name Bizza. Bizza. Any connected with Bizza Munda?
No.
Thank you.
One of my close friend, his name is Ramlal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's not Ramna.
No.
I'm joking. No, it's not connected with Birsa.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for the play.
Yeah.
Hello. Yesterday talking to you.
Yes. We talked before.
Okay. Brilliant. എന്താ പറയുക കേരള സ്റ്റിൽ പെമ്പിളെ ഒരുമേ സമരം പ്രൊട്ടസ്റ്റിൻ മൂന്നാർ പെമ്പിളെ ഒരുമേ പ്രൊട്ടസ്റ്റ് ഈ വുമൻസ് പ്രൊട്ടസ്റ്റിംഗ് Assam, in Assam protesting, you are ending the drama, protesting, or you offering protesting. This working in Assam?
Yes, sir. It is still protesting, still going on. That is why that's 2 days before they are organizing an event and 10,000 dancers is dancing, and it is creating a world record so that they can be silent for a little while. It's truth, sir.
Asking about Malayalam also, you can. ഇതിൽ നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ ഈ ഡ്രാമയിൽ
Garam.
ചായഗ്രാണ്
Garam.
ചായഗ്രം ഓക്കെ ചുടു ചായ ഓക്കെ ഐ ടെലിങ് അബൌട്ട് ദാറ്റ് ബിക്കോസ് അതിൽ നിങ്ങൾ പറയുന്നൊരു കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റി മിഴ്സ കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റി ആ ആദിവാസി ഗോത്രവർദ്ധൻ അവർക്ക് ആയുസ് കുറവാന്ന് പറയുന്നത് അത് എന്താണെന്നുള്ളതാണ് ഒരു പർട്ടിക്കുലർ ക്ലാസ്സിന് എപ്പോഴും ആയുസ് കുറയുന്നത് അതൊക്കെ ഒരു മുതലാളിത്ത സംസ്കാരത്തിൻ്റെ ബ്രാഹ്മണിക സംസ്കാരത്തിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമാണെന്നാണ് എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നത്. എൻ്റെ ചെറിയൊരു ബുദ്ധിയില്ല ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ക്ലാസ്സിന് മാത്രം ആയുസ് കുറയാന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നിങ്ങളൊരു ബദൽ നാടകം വളരെ ഭംഗിയായിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതിലെ ഓപ്പറേറ്റി ഒന്നും ഉപയോഗിച്ചിട്ടില്ല, വളരെ ഇതൊക്കെ ഉണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ ഇങ്ങനൊരു മെൻഷൻ അതിൽ ആ സൂക്ഷ്മമായിട്ട് ആരും ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുന്നില്ല. നന്നായിട്ടും കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോയെന്ന് എനിക്കറിയില്ല. അതിൽ ആ ഒരു ക്ലാസ്സിന് മാത്രം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആയുസ് കുറവാണ് എന്ന് പറയണ്ടായി സംവിധായകൻ. അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു ആൻസർ
Life expectancy is low. What he says is in the play it is mentioned that they have lesser life for their age. Life is a dialogue. Yeah. Okay. What he says is it can happen because of a lot of grammatical English like that. So people are not getting bored. So are you emphasizing that?
So, sir, I understand your question. We are not talking about that community, right? Basically, in our play, we are saying that Babu people, Babu means that bosses, they are giving us free drink, right? They are providing drink, just drink. So now our people are doing labor work the whole day, and the evening they started drinking. So through minis, she's saying to her child how we are creating that society, what kind of society we are living, and our people are living less life because of this. They are not having good food and they don't have any proper education or proper home to live. Right, so we were trying to say that thing.
Clear ആണോ? ഭക്ഷണം പ്രോപ്പറായിട്ട് വേണ്ടത്ര കിട്ടുന്നില്ല, പകരം മദ്യപിക്കുന്നുണ്ട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മദ്യം കൊടുക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ട് അവരുടെ ലൈഫ് കുറഞ്ഞു പോകുന്നു എന്നുള്ളതാണ് അവർ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചത്. Can you give microphone?
ട്രൈബൽസിന് മുഴുവൻ പറയണില്ല, അതിലൊരു പർട്ടിക്കുലർ ബിർസ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിന് മാത്രമാണ് പറയണത്.
അല്ല, അങ്ങനെ ഒരു കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റി പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ലെന്നാണ് പറഞ്ഞത്. അതൊരു കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റി അല്ലെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു.
Oh, different. That's different community.
Okay.
Yeah. Not Mirza community.
Just a minute, we'll give the microphone, okay. After, yes, please.
Did you ever perform it in front of this T-tribe community?
No, ma'am, we yet not.
Why
But
don't you think about
yet we are thinking, and we are approaching a lot for this, but they are not ready. And there's lots of things. One person who was teaching us that language, he loved the play, right? He loved our play, the concept, the thing, and he was happy that he was saying our language, right? And some others, they started to say, what are you showing? This is not our culture. What you saying? We are always, in that culture, we always drink, and this culture, we are not like that. Right, lots of things, lots of perspective are there in between. But we are thinking, planning to do this show in front of them in the large scale so that they can come and see and watch. And we are not succeed on this project, on this process, but we'll definitely try.
Adding to that, there was a question earlier.
So you want to add?
No, before that.
Okay.
When you are planning to do the play in front of them,
okay,
why can't get some of the actors from there also?
Definitely we are open
because
with
that will be the change a theatre can
exactly
bring in. Yes,
yeah.
Please.
Yeah, this will be different. It's a good thing actually if we plan that thing.
I have a question for the actress you are. So it's so hard work for you. What do you feel about it? How do you can handle it? Because I know how it to play to painful things, and it's so hard physically and so hard in your soul. How do you feel? How do you feel in this work?
In this play particularly, when we started rehearsal, improvisation, I couldn't connect with this character, with this, because I saw them, it's from outer side. And when I went to the garden and saw their, how they live, how they, it's very
hard touch.
Yeah,
hard touch.
yeah. And then started to improvisation, but yeah, it's very hard for me because my lifestyle is very different. I never seen that kind of life, and yeah. And what he did first show also, I told him, so what kind of character I'm doing? I'm not attaching this, and whatever I'm doing this set change and throwing that bag with full of dust and yeah, and my throat is choking, and so
yes,
I'm doing. Yeah. What is I'm doing? I'm not connecting. It's but slowly. I Google it. Google is the AI is the very easiest research material. Somehow if you are working some setup, so you have to do this. So this is another. So I saw the video of that worker, that kind of people's, lots of that body line, and yes, this play's structure is very different. Thoroughly, we can't involve, and we can't, character line. I can't. I can't carry one character line. There is lots of character. Sometimes I play animal, sometimes I play girl, sometimes I play only woman. There is no, nameless something that's a symbolic of a woman only. And then when we come to the little piece of drama, then I play a pregnant lady. So it's a very cut, and it's a very change. Then, yes, I love do physical work, and from the childhood I was a basically folk dancer, so I love to do that, and yeah, I find a way out. This is the switch on and switch off. Switch on. Abhilash Pillai sir, he is now the Trishula School of Drama director. He was our teacher. He told actors should be like this: switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off. And I was not able that time, that student time. What was that? Switch on, switch off, and cut and go to the into the character and come out and be an actor and do whatever your work and come to the character, change character. So now practically it's happening.
Worked.
Yeah, it's work.
It's so great. It's absolutely special because you really have a results what you want, because I really saw that in this show ages and generations and only small story about one family, and it's so great.
Yeah,
so congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
നമുക്കൊരു ക്വസ്റ്റിനോടുകൂടെ നിർത്താമെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു, സമയത്തിൻ്റെ പരിമിതി കൊണ്ടാണ്. One last question.
So I just want to know about you repeatedly saying about we and them, like, you know. So who is we and them? Please, you know.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good question, suggestion, right? Yes, yeah, you're questioning, yeah, suggesting. Yes, questioning, yeah. Yeah, basically, my thought was we actors, we means I'm talking about that actors, me as an theater director, as an actor, and they means it's obviously I'm talking about the tea tribes and about the tea and about that garden, about that journey, about that things that's happening with them. It's obviously it's them, and we means we the team Orchid Theatre.
I think the spirit of Jyotish question is that divide should not be there.
I understand that, sir. Definitely.
Okay, so with that note, we can wind up this discussion. Thank you for coming to the Meet the Artist, and I wish you all the best for your future performances.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you all
Thank you.
audience for coming
Thank you.
and attending this. Thank you very much.